Marcus did not wake up with a credit card problem. It started with one quiet night, one phone screen, and a balance that finally made his stomach drop. He had been making the minimum payments, but the debt was still sitting there like it had not hurt him. The scary part is that it started normal. Groceries went on the card. Gas went on the card. A few regular errands got mixed in because life moved faster than the paycheck. Nothing looked reckless in the moment. Then the statement arrived and gave him two numbers. The full balance felt too big to face, but the minimum payment looked small enough to survive. That little number made the whole problem feel less urgent. But the minimum payment is not a payoff plan. It is the amount that keeps the account alive, while interest keeps charging rent on the money Marcus already spent. If the plan does not say when the balance ends, it is not really a plan yet. So Marcus made a payment and tried to feel responsible. Then he opened the app a few days later, and the number barely moved. That is the moment he realized paying something and making progress are not always the same thing. Interest is the silent bill inside the bill. Marcus did not swipe for it, did not bring it home in a bag, and did not enjoy it. But every month he carried the balance. That extra charge appeared behind everything else. This is where rewards can trick people. Marcus liked the points, but points do not beat credit card interest. A few dollars back cannot outrun a balance getting hit with 20% or more every year. The real problem was not one purchase. The card had turned into a second paycheck. When cash ran short, Marcus used the card to bridge the gap, and then the next paycheck had to cover last month before it could handle this month. That is why payday stopped feeling like relief. Rent took a piece. Food took a piece. Insurance took a piece. The minimum payment took a piece. Before Marcus could breathe, the money was already spoken for. The first fix is not glamorous. Marcus has to stop the leak. You cannot drain a bathtub while the faucet is still running, and you cannot pay down a card while new charges keep landing on it. That means subscriptions, food delivery, gas, and random app purchases need a new home. Even if the cash plan is tight, it gives Marcus the truth. If those bills stay on the card, every payoff attempt gets erased. Next, Marcus protects his credit while he fights the balance. Auto-pay for the minimum is the seatbelt. It helps him avoid late fees and penalty rates, but he cannot confuse it with the actual escape plan. Then Marcus writes everything down. Each card, each balance, each rate, each due date. Debt feels bigger in the fog. On paper, it becomes a set of targets he can actually attack. The interest rate shows where the fire is hottest. The card with the highest APR is usually burning the most money every month. Marcus needs to know which balance is costing him the most just for waiting. One option is the avalanche method. Marcus pays the minimums on every card, then throws every extra dollar at the highest interest card first. This usually saves the most money if he can stay patient. The other option is the snowball method. Marcus attacks the smallest balance first so he can get a quick win. It may not always save the most interest, but the momentum can keep him from quitting. So the question is not just which method looks best in a spreadsheet. The question is which method Marcus will actually finish when life gets stressful. Math matters, but consistency is what gets him out. Now he needs to attack money. That is extra cash with one job. Hit the target card. Marcus looks through the budget for money that is leaking into habits, fees, convenience, or bills he has not shopped in years. He starts with the easiest pauses. Delivery apps and used subscriptions, impulse buys, and small extras get a 30-day timeout. It is not forever. It is just long enough to prove the balance can finally move. Then Marcus looks for one fixed bill to lower. Phone plan, insurance, internet, anything that can create savings every month without needing daily willpower. One lowered bill can become a permanent payment weapon. If he can, Marcus adds a short-term boost. Selling one unused item or taking one temporary gig is not the whole plan, and it is not forever. It is a way to buy momentum when a balance feels stuck. When extra money shows up, Marcus sends it to the target card before it disappears. If $50 sits in checking too long, it can become takeout, gas, or another small leak. The money needs a job right away. Marcus also learns he does not have to wait for the due date. Small payments during the month can lower the balance sooner. The goal is to stop letting the debt sit there untouched until the statement closes. Then he calls the credit card company and asks for a lower rate. He stays polite, mentions his history, and asks what options are available. The worst answer is no, but sometimes one call makes the payoff easier. A 0% balance transfer can help, but only with a real calendar and payoff number. Marcus checks the fee, the deadline, and the payment needed to clear it before the promotion ends. Without that plan, it is just another trap. A personal loan can also simplify payments, but consolidation does not fix habits by itself. If Marcus moves the balance and keeps using the cards, he has not solved the problem. He has made it easier to hide. Marcus also builds a small emergency buffer, not a giant emergency fund yet, just enough so a tire, a copay, or a small repair does not go right back on the card and reset the whole plan. Now his money has 3 buckets. Minimums are protected. Extra payments attack one target. A small buffer handles surprises. That gives every dollar a job before the month starts. Once the list is clear, Marcus circles his target card. For the next month, that card is the enemy. Not all the cards at once. Not a vague wish to do better. One focused target. In the first month, the wins are small but real. He cancels what he does not use, cooks more at home, sells one thing, and sends the extra money straight to the card. For the first time, the balance moves in the right direction. In the second month, the plan feels less like punishment and more like control. The chart on the wall matters because Marcus can see the progress. Debt payoff is won by repeatable months, not one heroic payment. When one card is paid off, Marcus does not spend the old payment. He rolls that payment into the next card. That is where the plan starts getting faster because the same money now hits a new balance. This is a sneaky moment. Paying off a card feels like freedom, but it is not permission to reload it. Marcus celebrates small, keeps the card closed, and lets the win make the plan stronger. The goal is to make credit boring again. Paid in full when possible. Used on purpose. Never treated like backup income. Boring credit is powerful because it stops controlling the paycheck. If Marcus is already behind, hiding makes it worse. He calls the lender, asks about hardship options, and gets the facts in writing. A scary call is usually better than fees stacking up in silence. And if the payment is truly impossible, Marcus looks for nonprofit credit counseling before panic pushes him into a worse option. He avoids miracle promises and focuses on help he can understand. The real win is not just seeing $0 on a balance. The real win is breaking the pattern that made the card feel like income. That is what keeps him from rebuilding the same debt later. So Marcus writes new rules for the future. Pause before buying. Keep a buffer. Pay in full when possible. Never confuse a credit limit with money. Those rules turn the card back into a tool. By the end, Marcus does not feel rich. He feels clear. He knows which card he is attacking, where the extra money is coming from, and how he will stop new charges from undoing the work. And if this made credit card debt feel a little clearer, subscribe to Money Traps. We are finding the everyday money traps before they drain you, one decision at a time. Before Marcus presses the minimum payment again, he asks one question: am I escaping this debt or just renting it for another month? That question is where the payoff plan starts.